Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. This is KCC Live, which is our new format for live streaming with the Kendra's Card Challenge design team. And my name is Lynn, and I'm here with Kendra herself, Lala from Mommy Guide Inc., and Sean at Manly Made Minute. And this month, we posed a question to our KCC fans asking what is the most challenging sketch from KCC 21. And big thank you to everybody who voted in the poll because we've selected the top four that were voted on by the KCC community, and the four of us are going to tackle those four sketches. So wish us luck. Now, if you are new to Kendra's Card Challenge, let me start off by telling you a little bit about it. This is a quarterly challenge, and we are up to KCC 21 now, and it runs from January 1st until March 31st. Each month, you have the opportunity to enter one set of 15 cards and be entered for a chance to win some amazing prizes from our sponsors. Now, the unique thing about this card sketch challenge is that it's kind of like a one sheet wonder times 6, because not only do you get the 15 card sketch layouts, and they are unique. So all 15 sketches are different. And that's in and of itself, I think, is an incredibly valuable resource. But you're also going to get a cutting guide that shows you how to cut 6 sheets of 6x6 pattern paper, and from the pieces that you cut, you'll be able to assemble these 15 sketches. So pretty amazing value, and it's all for free. So you can't beat that. Now it is only free during the challenge. So from January 1st until March 31st, you can actually download this printable for free. Just go to Kendra's Card Challenge on Patreon. You'll have to create a free account, and that gives you access to download this PDF. When you do that, you're going to have all of the instructions for how to play along. You'll see all of the prize sponsors and the amazing prizes that they've donated that you'll have a chance to win if you do play along. And as I mentioned, you can actually play along once per month by creating a set of 15 cards each month. So it has to be a different set of 15 cards. You can't just, make one set of 15 and enter it for each of the 3 months. You do have to create a separate set, so that's 45 cards total if you want to enter all 3 months. But you're more than welcome to just play along once, twice, however many times you have the time for. And we love to see your cards and your inspiration. So when you play along, do share that with us over in the Patreon show and tell group chat, and or the Facebook community group. Wherever you post, we all really enjoy getting to see what's inspired you and how you've played along. And it's always really nice to see that showcase that actually just premiered, probably is already starting to wrap up or has already wrapped up, because I see a lot of folks in the chat. And so at the end of the month, or really at the beginning of the following month, Kendra actually picks out prizes. So you don't have to wait until the end of the 3-month challenge to see if you've won anything. Each month, Kendra picks monthly prize winners, and at the very end of the challenge, she'll pick quarterly prize winners as well. So if you're coming from the showcase and the prize winner video that premiered on Kendra's channel. Welcome. Thanks for popping on over. And congrats to all of our winners. So if you won something, don't forget you'll need to claim your prize. And then you'd be surprised there's so many people who win and don't claim their prize. So make sure that you claim your prize. And if you're here with us today, we're also giving away something. So stay tuned for that. Um, if you're new, let us know in the chat. Let us know if you have any questions. We're here to answer those questions. And it's one of the fun things about doing KCC Live in this format because we have lots of time to hit all of your questions if you have them. And because I see a lot of folks in the live chat already who are have played along with KCC, so I know many of them can answer your questions as well. So welcome to everybody. Thanks for saying hi in the chat, by the way, because we are streaming to probably, let me count it up, I think 6 different places at least. So wherever you happen to be watching from, you will only see in your chat window comments from other people watching from the same channel as you. And what I'll try to do is bring those comments up on screen. So as we are taking questions, you'll know what we're talking about. All right, so hopefully I've talked for long enough to give everybody who was watching the premiere video time to bounce on over. So let's start by having each of my on-screen guests actually introduce themselves. And while you're introducing yourself, maybe do an unboxing of what it is you'll be crafting with today. So let's start with Lala. Welcome, friend.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Because I see in the chat we're everywhere, not just on different platforms, but everywhere in the world. All right. So I'm Mommy Guide Inc. I'm Lala, and I'm coming to you over here from the Philippines. So, yes, Kendra's Card Challenge is open for international participants as well as obviously I am in Southeast Asia. And for today, Lynn, okay, I'm going to be working with this uh, a mystery sampler kit, okay, because I'm international. So if you are on VIP, you do get 2 sampler kits. All right. So for if you are international, if you are US based and you are, this is for VIP. Yes. So there are different tiers on Cards by Kenya on Patreon where you can actually get more perks if you want to. And on the on the VIP, you can get 2 of the sampler kits, right? So I'm going to be working with the Crafty Krita floral kit. And another one is that I have is the Gilded Rose card making kit sampler. So maybe you're going to ask, will we get the same? No, right? So that's why it's called the mystery, right? Because we don't know what we are going to be getting. But definitely, these sampler kits can make between 2 to 3 to 4 even, depending on what kind of design or card size that you are going to be making. But definitely, the card is for definitely can fit 8 2 size cards. So between 2, 3, or even 4. We have had live streams where I actually did 4 from the sampler kits. So this is what I'm going to be working with today. You want to see, right? So
Yeah.
this one, yes, of course. I forgot to do an unboxing, my friends. Right? So
Okay, while you do that, let me interrupt you real quick to answer
Okay.
this question. Hold on one
Okay.
sec. So Linda asks, if you missed the winner announcement, is there a place to look them up? Linda, that's a really great question. The video announcement of the winners is on Cards by Kendra on YouTube. So you can just come back and watch that video to see if you've won. So you do need to watch the video to see if your name was called. The winners are not posted anywhere else. You have to watch that video and you do have to claim your prize if you are a winner. All right, go ahead, Lala, show us what you got.
All right. So again, if you want to know what are the contents and what your sampler kit is all about, okay, so it will have this sticker on your the plastic where it's place. And this one says Crafty Krita Floral Kit. And if you want more details, simply, take a photo of that. Okay. And then it will lead you to a link, right? And then it will give you all the details. For this one, this is what it has. Right, so I already made one card from this guy. So there's one other missing here. But then again, so you see, there's a solid cardstock. Okay, there's pattern paper. Sometimes it's double sided. Sometimes, so you see, I have there a note for myself. Sometimes it's not. Yes, this is from Crafty Krita Floral Kit, and then it also has some ephemera that you can use for your kit. So this one has this one, so cute and pretty, right? And of course, it also has this additional embellishment that definitely I'll be using later. And it also already has sentiments, right? So there you go. And also links. Okay, so again, each mystery kit doesn't may not have the exact same papers and embellishments and ephemera, but more or less, this is what it would contain, Lynn, and everybody in the chat. So there
Awesome.
you
Thanks for showing
go.
us that. So, Lala is going to be tackling sketch number 10. I've made
Yes.
one here. It looks like this. Lala is going to put it up on screen right there. So she's going
Yes.
to go ahead and get started cutting and preparing her pieces while we meet everybody else on stream and see what they're crafting with. So next
Okay,
up,
see you in a
let's
bit.
meet Kendra herself. Welcome, Kendra. Hi, friend.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited. This is, I can't believe it's already February. But for those of you that have joined us from the winners premiere, thank you for joining me in the chat over there, and congratulations to all of the winners. I will be crafting with the new February 2026 bonus printable, which is a nautical themed card making kit. And I've already crafted with this, so some of these you'll see scraps. But this is the cover page that outlines pretty much everything that you get in the kit. So there are 16 different pattern papers. There are a bunch of different images that are, nautical themed, and then there is a sheet of round sentiments, and then there's also a sheet of sentiment strips, which I've already cut, but before I cut it, it looked like this, but this is actually designed to work with the Ultimate Sentiments Universal die, and this is actually designed by Lynn with LV Handcrafted, our host here, and it's available at the Not Too Shabby shop. And this is what it looks like. So of course you don't have to have these dies to use this. You can cut them out with a paper trimmer, but this makes it super easy. As you can see, it comes with the strip that you can line up perfectly over the sentiments and cut them all out in one swoop. And then it has the layering pieces as well. So some are scalloped and just, stitched, edged, which I love. So I just wanted to point that out really quick.
And to interrupt you for 2 seconds,
okay.
to say two things. One, that die has been restocked, so it is now available for purchase on the Not Too Shabby shop, like you mentioned. And then comment number 2 from Jay for you, Kendra. Did you see the snow in Florida?
Yes, it snowed at my house here in North Florida. I actually have a reel on my Facebook page, and you couldn't really see the snow, like maybe a couple of frames where you could see the white floating around because it melted before it hit the ground, but it was still cool that we have snow here in Florida. Oh, I forgot to say where I'm from. Sorry about that. I live in North Florida. It's me and my husband. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to,
before
ahead.
You go back, can you answer
Okay.
this one question from Carmen?
Sure.
What paper works best for the bonus printable?
Well, I actually printed this on just some regular 65-pound cardstock, but I do have like a printer or photo paper. I have a semi-gloss paper. I've tried different ones, and I have noticed that the semi-gloss works the best. It's thinner, so you don't have to, the cards won't weigh heavier, but the print is so vibrant, and I didn't print it this time using that paper, and I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't, because it would be much brighter, but I mean, they still turned out pretty. Don't you guys have some paper that you recommend, Lynn? for
My general recommendation to everybody is whatever brand printer you have, use their best paper, whether that's a photo paper or a presentation paper, and try that first. And that should give you sort of a baseline for how well your printer can print color and images because it's all their brand stuff. So it should all work really well because they can test their printer with their papers. It gets a little bit more challenging when you're using other brand papers. So for example, I have an Epson EcoTank and it's just a super low end one, but I use the Epson premium presentation paper is what they call it. And I started there so that I could see what my printer's capability is. And if you're happy with your printer's capability, then you can maybe shop around to see if there are other brand papers that would work really well. I have found in my printer, Koala photo matte paper also yields really good results. So it really just depends. But I would start there. Whatever brand paper you have, use their best papers to start.
All right, thanks, Lynn. As you can see, I only have scraps of some of these patterns, the anchors, the waves, the red and white stripes, and then these solid, I have the color palette challenge. That's actually what this was designed with, the colors from the color palette challenge. So I have 4 of the canvas print, so it's solid, but it does have a little bit of a design to it. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I have used one of them already, so that's why it's not here. But then you have the night sky. It's a dark navy blue. This one here, I don't really know what to call this print. What would you guys call that print? To me, it looks like the ocean, so that's why I picked it.
It looks marbled. Kind of looks marbled.
It does, kind of like alcohol ink a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Alcohol. I
Anyway.
could say alcohol ink. Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought of initially, but then I was like, oh, it kind of does look like, I think I said in my introduction video for the February bonus that it looked like the Bahamas, like, the shallow water. And anyway, then we got the stripes, and then there's wood grain, some waves, kind of an old vintage parchment paper, another wood grain pattern, the ship wheel, the ropes. So that's the patterns, and I've already shown some of, I guess this here, these are the round, and I've already cut out some of the circles. I did make some cards with this using the January sheet load of cards from Alicia with Call Me Crafty Owl. We are collaborating this quarter. She, for her January sheet load, she used one of the previous sketches from Challenge 18 for her sheet load. And for Challenge 21, I used one of her previous sheet loads. I hope I said that correctly. I might have got it backwards. But for Challenge 21, sketch number 4, which is what I'll be crafting or making tonight, this is designed by Alicia with Call Me Crafty Owl. So I just wanted to show these. This literally, I made these in less than 15 minutes. So there, I just used the circle sentiments. There's nothing fancy about them, but I did put them on some wood grain heavyweight cardstock for the card base. And I added a little bit of craft twine. But I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the pattern papers because I don't have anything really, I don't have anything prepped for this. But I do want to mention something that's new that I just came out with a week or so ago in the Patreon digital shop is there are now cutting guides for the mats and layers. So whenever, I can't remember which challenge it was, there were several people that asked if there were cutting guides for those. And so I decided that I would try that this quarter. And there's a PDF that will show you how to cut all of the other pieces on these sketches that you'll need in order to create all of your cards. So all of the white, the black, the gray, all of those pieces it tells you how to cut those here. And on this first page, it gives you instructions on exactly how many sheets of paper you'll need for all of the different cards. So this is available in the Patreon shop, and it is 50% off right now, but I'll talk more about that later. But I did cut all of these out, and I'm going to use sketch 4.
And
everybody
everybody watching, you lucky ducks can enter for a chance to win that PDF guide. So if you're watching from my chat, Streamlabs will probably drop a comment sometime soon. But wherever you are watching from, all you need to do is type hashtag. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, it just came up. Oh, that's perfect timing. Yeah, score. Okay, Streamlabs just dropped the. I was gonna copy it in, but wherever you are watching from, you should be able to type this into your chat, and it will count for the giveaway. The exception that I'm not 100% sure on is Facebook. If you are watching from Facebook, maybe pop on over to one of our YouTube channels, because we are streaming to all of our channels: LV Handcrafted, Cards by Kendra, Mommy Guide Inc., and Manly Made Minute. So go ahead and type in hashtag KCC21. You do not have to still be here live when I announce the winners at the very end, but come back and watch this to see if you won. And I'll do that at the very end so that you can just, if you have to come back, you can just fast forward to the end. Kendra mentioned it, but she is going to be making sketch number 4, which is a collab with Call Me Crafty Al. This was her sheet load from August 2025, and it was voted on by the KCC community as one of the most challenging sketches this quarter. So she's gonna get started cutting her pieces and preparing for that while I show you what I'll be crafting with. So we are saving Sean to last to give him the most time to craft. So I've got a mystery card making kit, which our VIP patrons are treated to every month if they are still a VIP. And in these kits, you get a variety of things, panels, and sometimes Kendra throws in the extra offcuts too, like whatever the extras are, so that those are great for sentiments, die cutting out of, etc. And you're gonna get enough to essentially make a full set of 15. You might have to obviously add some card bases and maybe some solid color cardstock, just kind of depends on how you like to create your cards. But we've got 6 sheets of double-sided 6x6 pattern papers, and of course, so well curated, everything really goes together. And there's some ephemera that makes it super easy to get your focal image, but there are some stash building elements too. So my kit came with a 3x4 stamp set and a sentiment die with its little shadow plate. And Kendra does such a great job of curating these kits so that they are a little bit kind of in the moment of what you might be looking to craft. So with St. Patty's Day coming up, it looks like I do have a perfectly themed kit for that, and of course some bling as well. So that's a mystery kit. That's the full kit that our VIPs get. And just to show you a full sampler kit, this is what our all access patrons get. And this is, as Lala mentioned, because she did unbox hers, but hers she had to cut into a little bit. This is gonna be enough for you to make a few cards with. So again, perfectly curated. You've got some solid color panels, which are double-sided. So you can kind of, isn't it great? Like one side is solid and the other has a pattern, so you can kind of use them however you like. Lots of different options there. And some additional offcuts, some ephemera, and even a bit of bling. So definitely enough for at least 2 cards. But as Lala mentioned, some of the designers on the team, they really know how to stretch, and they've made 3-4 cards out of just a sampler kit. And Jay said it really well earlier. It's a great way to just get a taste of, some of these products without, an entire, having to buy an entire collection. And if you like the collection, as Lala showed, there is a QR code. So you can always go scan that in and see all the list of things that are contained inside the sampler. The mystery kit also has a QR code, so you can do the same there. And then that way, if you see something that you like and it's still available, Kendra will link to it, so you can have a direct link to buy that those items if that's what you wanted to do. I am going to be showing you sketch number 11, and I've got a couple examples of it here. So if I go by the actual sketch, this follows it pretty closely. And then, as with all of the sketches, if you're playing along, you can always feel free to kind of turn them and adapt them a little bit to fit whatever it is. I just wanted to use these penguins, so I just turned this sketch. So instead of having it look like that, I just turned it, rotated it, and oriented it this way. So this is the sketch that I will be putting together for you. And let's have Sean show us. Hi and welcome, friend. Tell us a little bit something about yourself and show us what you'll be crafting with.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm Sean with Manly Made Minute. I am streaming from the balmy Minneapolis, St. Paul of Minnesota. So I saw a peep from North Dakota pop in way early in the chat. So I had to call her out because I can probably sympathize with each other on the weather. So you can find me on the socials on YouTube and Instagram under Manly Made Minute. And super excited that I love this new format. I think this format really works, and I think we're getting great feedback on it. And I like the fact that we pick for this one, picking the challenging ones, because I feel like we've gotten feedback on like this one's hard and how do you cut this? And so anyway, Lala did such a great job explaining the packaging and scanning. So I got the Be Happy card kit, and I was so ecstatic when I got this because I'm like, I have the perfect stuff to pair with this. So now I got to do a little mixed media because I got the perfect stuff to pair with it. So I'm super excited with this kit. The paper in this kit, it is double-sided, and this is from Echo Park Paper. Really great designs on these. I love the plaids and the ginghams and stuff. So you've got, I think there's two. Yeah, there's two pieces in here that had the like the ephemera and the sentiments. However, it came with a ton as well. So paper is absolutely gorgeous. Then a really good stack of card bases in this one. I mean, there's 1, 2, like 3, 4, 5 black, and then we've got 3 grays and 3, pretty much 3 of each color. So ton of paper with some little pieces that would go for your sentiments, or these are probably nice size, nice for some of the other sketches as well. Then the ephemera, there's a ton of ephemera in this one. So super cute. Some of them are sentiments. Some of our strip sentiments. We're going to probably use one of these strip ones. Easy peasy to throw it in on sketch number 7, which is the one I'm going to do for you this evening. So great ephemera on this. Then the cutest, absolutely the cutest little bee stamp, and it came with a little die to cut this out, which I was like, right? I'm like, you've got to be kidding. So super cute little stamp from Colorado Craft Company. I'm gonna do a little watercoloring on this. We'll cut this out, do a nice cute little base with some mixed media, kind of some paste and stuff to do some honeycomb things. And then I don't have it printed. So if I've got sketch number 7. This is the one that has all the 1/2-inch strips that we've got to cut at a diagonal. And so when I get to that point, I'll kind of explain how I assemble this one and cut it to make it super easy, rather than trying to assemble this and cut it once you get it to that white base, that 4-inch by 5 1/4 base. So once I get to that point, I'll kind of explain how I lay that out. But super fun. This one's kind of fun because you've got papers A, B, C, and D on this one, with different strips to pick from. So I'm going to get started on mine because I've got some mixed media that's going to need to dry. And
I don't know how you're gonna
watercolor
have
and-
time for all of that, friend.
We'll do it. I promise. We'll do it. I promise.
Okay. This is sketch
Go,
number.
Sean.
Okay, get started cutting, Sean. Just don't glue anything until.
No, I won't. I promise.
Okay, so did I say penguin? I keep on calling these little guys penguins. They are puffins. This is sketch
Oh.
7 for anyone who is was curious to see. So Sean's gonna be putting together sketch number 7, and again, I have it 2 ways. So this is how it's shown on the sketch, and then I modified mine for my second set to be upside down. And so so Sean's gonna, when he gets to it, he's going to show us exactly how to put it all together. And I think that gave us plenty of time for Lala, who is ready to start assembling. So
All
Lala,
right.
show us how to put sketch 10 together and give us all the tips and tricks that you can think of to make this an easier sketch to take on, because it was voted as one of the most, I think it was the second most challenging sketch as voted on by our KCC
Yes.
community.
All right. Thank you, Lynn. Yes, and I agree with everybody because I also did, but the first time I did my first set, and when I came on to, actually, this is the one that was the only one that I found challenging, challenging to the point that I really kind of like, it took me a while because, okay, so this is how it should look like, my friends, right? So let us just remove all the other sets. Key parts. So this is what it should look like. So you have your card top, and then you have your mats, this and this. So it's all in the sketch. Ding, that sketch, right? Then you have your 4 pieces from paper B and from paper D, right? And so it's supposed to go like this. Okay, this is how I understood it, and probably most of you might have, had the same experience. Please put it in the chat if this is what made you kind of, felt it was a little bit of a challenge for this sketch, right? So it does look like the actual sketch, but then I still had this paper that's supposed to be 2.5. And so when I placed it on top like so, oops, it didn't look like the sketch, right? So there's something wrong. And then I realized that, my friend, the top should be this one, right? So it's those strips of paper. So you have to put in the the square, the smallest square, right? So all the details, of course, are part of the free downloadable PDF for Sketch 10. All right. And then finally, you put in as a frame this 4 pieces of strips of paper, 2 from paper D and 2 from paper B. All right. And so when you do so, okay, so now it would look like this. And so the rest is, now it's just a matter of, putting in your sentiments, decoration. So now they're the same, right? All right. So let me check in the chat. Okay. Do you have any questions for card 10? Okay. So if not, I will continue on. And if you could see that this somehow, makes me think that I can actually even make a shaker, right? From this sketch. Okay, so all I needed to do was to make a frame or make a square acetate where all of this sets of pieces from paper B and D would go over on top. Okay, and then I can now put it as, okay, and then I can put the shaker materials under, and then it can now be a shaker card. All right, so I'll put that together later. And now let's actually put the one where it comes from. Okay, this is just super fast now because I've already, while everybody was, preparing and talking about their kits, their beautiful kits that they will be working with and what sketch they will be working with. I already cut these papers. And so if you can see, it's just a matter of pasting it one on top of the other. Okay, like
Okay,
so.
Lala, can
Yes.
you tell people
Yes.
what the what papers you've chosen? Like, how do you know the sizes of what you're cutting? For somebody who's
Ah,
brand new,
okay.
please try to
Right.
explain,
Okay.
what you're doing.
Okay. Because can I say that the dimensions?
Yeah, it's on the sketch.
Okay. So in the sketch, you do have already the dimensions. Like this one, the first one. Okay, I already pasted it, but that's 5.5 by 4.25. And then that second paper, okay, that goes on top, the mat, okay, is a 4, okay, by 5.25. So it's a quarter of an inch, just a tad smaller than the previous one. Okay. So, and then the next one would be a 3.25, okay, by 3.25. Okay.
And
There you go. And then the next one, the one down below for the sentiment would be 3.25 by 1 inch. Okay. Okay. So there you go. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Something fell. All right. So let's change that into this one. So it's the same. Okay. So all the dimensions are actually there on the sketch. So as I mentioned earlier, so the best is for us to glue in first. Okay. Glue in first up to this part. So this is the square part, the 3.25 by 3.25. And then there's another square part that goes on top of that. And I feel that is the one that kind of made it a little bit challenging because, again, I will reiterate this time around, I will really be pasting it because a while ago I was just, showing you what it would look like, right? So now that is the one, okay, okay. So what I did earlier, as I said, was I placed all my strips first. And when you do that, it will not. Okay, and then when you add this one, the last square, it doesn't fit inside that smaller square inside because this one, if you would look at the sketch carefully, the strips are actually on top of this one. Okay, so stick this in first. Okay, like so. Okay, so this was the only, I feel that once you get this part, then everything will be easy now for you. As this will, now the strips will act as a frame and it's about, a quarter of an inch.
okay, so Lala,
Mm-hmm.
maybe because some people are saying they're really glad that this is one. Laura Lee said, "I'm glad we're doing this one because I can't figure out this sketch." So can you please don't rush this part because I think this is the
Okay.
part, like you said, might be
Yes.
what is throwing people off. So before you
Yes.
glue that down, can you
Yes.
just show people up close? Don't glue that last piece.
Uh-huh. Don't worry, I have another set.
No, just Lala,
Okay.
just hold it up. There you go.
All right. So you see, as I was saying, okay, I'll get the other set from the other one that I have not got. Let's say, for example, that square, the one that says 2.5 by 2.5. Okay, so what I did before was I laid down the strips of paper first, and then I added that. So it doesn't make sense because in the sketch, this should be
Yeah.
bigger,
So
right?
that's
Because it should frame. So the strips of paper go last.
okay, perfect.
So
Okay, so
this one
now
would go
show
first.
people how the strips actually overlap.
All right. There
So
should be a
there
quarter
you
of
go.
an inch on all the borders. So what I do is I start first with this one. Okay, so the corner, quarter, I am eyeballing it. Now, if you are really into measurements, you can measure, no worries, right? And then the next one at the end, the next strip, okay, you
It's not a
will
quarter of an inch, isn't it? Like an eighth of an inch?
an eighth of an inch. Let me see.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, from almost, or maybe yeah, an inch, an eighth of an inch.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, an eighth of an inch. All right, and then at the end of that, okay, so you get the next strip, okay, and align that to the end of that horizontal strip, like
Okay,
so.
so those two are butt up right against each
Yes,
other.
each
No
other.
overlap.
No overlap. And then the next strip, again, just like the same, where you ended, okay, you put it there. Okay, and finally, the last strip will definitely just,
So wait,
okay,
hold on. Before you put that
yes.
down, one last time if you can hold it up. So just
Mm-hmm.
note everybody that if you look at the strips of pattern paper, paper B and D, it
Yes.
actually overlaps that smaller square. See how Lala
Yes.
has it? So it
It's
basically
not on
overlaps
top.
half, half on, half off.
Yes. So, and then finally, the last one should go perfectly in like so. And there you have
And it butts
your
up
sketch
flush.
number 10. There you go,
Okay.
right? Okay,
Perfect.
camera, focus. Okay, there you go.
I think that's the tricky part that we really needed to see up close. The rest, it should just be decorating, right?
Yeah, should just be decorating, putting your sentiments, and all of that. All right. So, are there other questions? Digital calipers? No, I have J, but I don't normally use that for this.
Awesome.
All right. So, if there are any no more questions for this, Lynn. Okay, do I put it together or?
Yeah, you can finish putting that one together. Let
Okay.
me check in with Kendra. Kendra looks like she's ready. Are you ready, Kendra?
I think so. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So Lala's gonna continue to
Yeah.
decorate, but hopefully she did that one slowly enough so that you all could, really see why that one was tricky and how to
Mm-hmm.
overcome what makes that one challenging. So thank you, Lala, for that.
Very
Kendra's gonna now
welcome.
show us sketch number 4, and we will see Lala's final. This is a funny question. Final card when she's done, but Blossom would like to know when can I move in with you, Lala? Because Lala does have a craft emporium. She's got 2 branches of craft, her own craft store, more or less.
So I would love to have you all teleported here right now.
All right.
All
So
right.
Kendra, take it away. Show us sketch
Okay.
number 4.
Okay. Can I first explain why I did the sketch that Lala did, why I've designed
Okay.
it that way?
Of
Okay.
course.
Because I know that it's confusing, but if you are cutting, let's say you cut a 2-inch square instead of whatever the measurements are on that one, if you glue all of your pattern paper pieces down and then put that in the center, there's like a slight border. If you glue it off just a little bit, you can see that bottom square piece, and I didn't like that. So I was like, okay, I know this is going to confuse people, but that's the whole reason, is because if you get off on gluing just a little bit, you're going to see the border from the square below it. Anyway, moving on to sketch 4. Again, this is the one that Alicia with Call Me Crafty Owl designed. So this one calls for 2 different pattern paper pieces. You've got paper A and paper B, and so you've got 4, 2 each, that should measure 3 1/4 by 3/4, and then there are 4 that should measure 3/4 by 2 inches. And then there is a 4 by 5 1/4 layer that goes on your card base. And then it calls for a 3-inch vellum circle, which you don't necessarily have to do with a sentiment die cut on top. I have seen people do a bunch of different things in the center of this card. I do have my vellum circle cut, but I'm going to be putting a sentiment strip and an image on there. So the way this one is put together, the way I do it, let me get my glue here, is I put my layer down first. I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. Hopefully my glue is ready to go. I had tried different colors for this layer. I did not like the navy blue because it was just a little bit off from the color of what I printed. And then I tried red, and that was a little bit off from the red and the stripes. So I just cut another piece of the bonus printable paper for the back layer. You're not really going to see it much. You'll just see that kind of a tan color behind all of these pieces I'm about to glue down. And I thought it would kind of tie in the browns in whichever image I choose. And I'm probably going to get you guys to give me some suggestions in the chat for which images I put in the middle. So I always just kind of lay these out first. And I think I liked the red on the outside. Yep. So I kind of just lay everything down and try to space it evenly so that the border is the same all the way around. Not doing a very good job of laying this on here correctly, but once I go to glue it, I get a little bit more. And I do use liquid glue. I know a lot of people use tape runner, but whenever I am doing little pieces like this and they need to line up, I use liquid glue so I can have time to scoot it around. And another thing that you can use that will help you to keep everything straight is a T-ruler. So I'm going to eyeball it because I don't want to be that particular. But I'll go ahead and start gluing these down. And my paper trimmer was, I need a new blade on my paper trimmer. So I wanted to show one of the things that I learned. I don't remember whose video I watched that I learned this, but if you have those little white flakes from when you cut, when your paper trimmer's dull, if you take a sand eraser and just go around the edges, it gets rid of those. And another thing that I could do is take like a Copic marker and outline the edges if I wanted to make this bold. You know, if I wanted to put a red around this, that would be, you know, about the same as doing a very tiny layer underneath this. I'm not going to do that because that would take me long, but I mainly wanted to show you guys how this one is put together in case this is one of the ones that you struggled with.
So when you get to it, can you hold like kind of close to your camera and show us like what the spacing, once you glue down like maybe one or two more, so that we can kind of see how much space you're leaving between? Because I think that's probably the thing that is most challenging, is to understand how much space to leave.
Okay, so it's 1/8 of an inch all the way around that's going to show, just like with what Lala was showing. Let me hold this up. So I start with one of the larger pieces, and I make sure that it's straight and that there's 1/8 of an inch from that layer. And then I'm going to do this bottom, like the opposite side. So I do all of the outside edges first, just so that I can make sure that I have the same 1/8 of an inch all the way around.
That's a good tip. So Lila's getting the corner pieces in first.
Yes.
And Michelle, I do the same thing as you. I use a nail file also to.
A nail file works too. Yep.
Yeah, to sand away the jaggies.
I used a Copic marker on those sheet load cards that I made with this kit, and I got a little crazy. It started bleeding. The paper that I used, I think, was part of the problem. I didn't use my nice paper, and so you can see like it was a little bit darker in some places. So that's why I opted not to do it for the lab. But one of the things that I wanted to mention, if you know, the official all access and VIP patron tiers are the ones that have access to the bonus printables each month. And if you have a electronic cutting machine, you can, you know, cut all of the images out, and it makes it super fast. That's what I did off camera earlier today. And I cut these out. And I mean, if I wanted to make a set of 15 cards, I could probably just do it, you know, in a couple hours, especially with the SVGs that are now also available for all of the mats and layers. That was one thing I had mentioned about, you know, you guys are entering to win the PDF, which is for manual cutting, but there are also SVGs that will cut out all of the mats and layers for you as well. And we've had SVGs for the 6x6 pattern papers. So I know Lala recently cut a bunch of papers for an event or something, and it
Yes.
like made it super fast. So I like to hear that, you know, it's a game changer, because
It is.
it really it took me a while. I'll tell you, it took me much longer to create the cutting guide for the mats and layers than it did the
So,
creating the sketches and everything.
Kendra, for folks who might have joined late, when it's a good time for you, can you actually show and tell us again exactly what you're talking about and what the
Yes.
PDF will show, and why would somebody want this?
Okay, so I'll show you the first page. So this is the PDF, and the first page has instructions, and please make sure you read the instructions before you start cutting, because it does tell you some things that you will need to know about the different sheets. So like, for example, this first page shows you how to cut those big 4 by 5 1/4 inch layers that are needed for all of these sketches. So quite a few of the sketches, there's 12 of them that require this 4 by 5 1/4 inch layer.
And then can you just show, if you happen to have the sketches, like what you're referring to?
Talking about on the printable?
Yeah, on the challenge printable.
Yep. So if you look like on sketch 4 that I'm doing, there is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch layer here. Same thing on sketch 5. These are white. They're shown as white on the sketch. Now sketch 6 does not have a layer, but that's not to say you can't add one if you want to. And then just all of these have these 4 by 5 1/4 inch layers. So I feel like this wasn't really necessary, because I feel like we can all cut off a 1/2 inch on each side. But I did make use of the scraps here for those diagonal strips that go on sketch 3, which I've set aside.
Yeah. So, for folks who are having a hard time, you know, kind of connecting why this new PDF is so cool. When you look at the challenge sketches, what you see in color is represents pattern paper that the cutting guide shows you how to cut. So if you're crafting from 6x6 pattern papers, everything that you see that is a colored block, that will have come from those initial 6 sheets of 6x6 pattern paper that you chose and cut according to the cutting guide. But that is not all that is represented in the sketch. So if you look at any one particular sketch, what you'll see is that there are areas that are white, gray, or black, and you would need to just choose for yourself what you would like to put there, whether that's solid color cardstock, whether it's more pattern papers. But what Kendra has painstakingly done is she's actually showed if you are going to use 8.5 by 11 solid color cardstock, or if you have pattern paper that you're printing at 8.5 by 11, you can certainly use that as well. But she shows you a cutting guide for how to efficiently cut all of these extra pieces that you would need to fully assemble every single one of the 15 sketches according to how it is shown. So that is the beauty of this new PDF. It's called the
Lynn, can I have a take on that as well?
one sec.
little
What
bit.
is it officially called, Kendra?
Okay, I have a graphic. Let me see if I can do this on my new. I'm learning something new, guys. There it is.
Layers.
Mats and layers. This is the PDF for cutting with a paper trimmer. And then we also have the PDF and the SVG files. So these are 3 separate shop items that you can purchase from the KCC Patreon digital shop. And then we also have the Ultimate Bundle, which includes everything that you need to, you know, make the challenge easy. So it gives you a printer-friendly version of this 6x6, what the normal challenge. It comes with the 8.5 by 11 inch PDF for the mats and layers, and it also comes with SVG files for both the 6x6 papers and your 8.5 by 11 inch papers. So those 3 items are now available on the Patreon shop.
Awesome. Okay, and then Lala, you wanted to
Oh,
share
yes.
something?
Yes, because actually I have used those PDF and SVG files, my friends, and I actually have 2 videos up on my channel where I did that from scratch. So from the cutting down to the pasting, so that's a 2-part series. So the thing that I liked about it, Lynn, most is, and I find it very useful, is that when I normally use or put it together, I make, I use a lot of solid cardstocks because I don't know how to, what's that, the best way to cut so that I will be able, so some of the parts I will just use for a future project. So but with this file, okay, whether it's be the cutting file or the SVG file, I use much less paper in terms of for the mats and the layers because it's just 4 pieces of, or is it 3 pieces of solid for the mats, for the big mats, and then for the other smaller mats, it's just 2 different kinds of paper. So it makes it more of even efficient in terms of the use of resources. That's another thing I like about it. So there.
Thank you, Lala.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm going to need the chat's help here. I love all of these images and I can't decide. I've narrowed it down to 2, but I have the captain's hat and the periscope and the sentiment that says, "You're the captain of my heart." So that would be number 1. And then my other option would be the big ship with one of these 2 sentiments: "Set sail for a great year," or "Glad we're in the same boat." I think I like the "Set sail for a great year." So this is number 2. Let me know in the chat if you like number 1 option, "You're the captain of my heart," or number 2, "Set sail for a great year."
Sandy says 2, 2. Whichever one the ship was, says Janine. Ship and same boat number 2. Oh, 2 is like landslide. Oh, Susan,
there are
thank
some
you.
ones.
Thank you for voting for 1. we got 1 vote for 1. Jean also voted for 1, and as did Tara and Carrie, but mostly I see 2s.
Okay. Well, that makes it easier because the ship is big. And that is another thing I wanted to mention about
I
Sketch
feel like
4.
that vote was swayed because you left that one on screen.
Oh, hold on now. I really like this one. I was thinking this would be a good one. For
Very
my
subtle.
I know. I feel like Kendra had the thumb on the scale for that one.
She was doing this on the corner of it too, like just enticing, like this one.
It's like, sure, chat, vote.
All right, we'll go with the ship. It makes it easier because it's bigger and we'll cover up the glue. So when you're using vellum, of course it's see-through, so you have to be careful where you put your glue. So I don't know how other people do it, but this is just how I do it. I usually glue my pieces onto the vellum first, and then I'll put the glue on the back where that piece has been glued down. Is that how you guys do it?
Yes.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yes, pretty much. Okay. But I love this kit because you can use this for so many different occasions. And the sentiment strips, there are 40 unique sentiments. They're not all the same. Only a few are repeated, like, maybe happy birthday or something, but they're all ship or nautical related, ocean related. And you can use it for a variety of occasions, and they work for both male and female, I think. Would y'all give this to a female with the ship on it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, the color. I mean, the
Yeah.
colors
And those
stuff
who
are
like
like
travel. Yeah.
yeah, travel exactly.
So I'm gonna put the glue just behind. I'm not gonna pop this up because I want to pop up that strip, the sentiment strip, with some foam tape. I'm gonna be very careful about how close to the edge I put the glue.
Kendra, before you glue that down, can you just hold up close the layout so people can actually see? So in the center there, it's actually a little bit like more than 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah, this is supposed to be covered up anyways. So that's
Yeah,
why
but
there's that space there.
right. But that's just so that people can see, you know,
Yeah.
how because
Oh, I
once
gotta
it's
put the glue
covered, we
down.
don't know, but that's the
My
whole
glue's drying.
idea.
Gotta put this down before my, oh, it's already, hold on. There's some that I can see is already dry. Yeah, this, I probably should have used the adhesive runner, tape runner for this. But I do like having that wiggle room to be able to scoot it. Hopefully that's centered. And I moved some things around in my craft room, and of course, I'm not sure where my
Question from Island Gal. Do you fussy cut the SVGs? So if you mean the bonus printable, Island Gal, because SVGs are cutting files. So I think you must mean those images. So Kendra, did you fussy cut all of those images from the bonus printable, or did you use?
I used my brother's Scan and Cut to cut most of these. For some reason, I guess because the shell was light, it didn't pick up this one. So I did fussy cut this one. So that's probably why it doesn't look as perfect as these. And I did have to fussy cut this one because there were little like notches. And so half of the circle was cut and the other had a white edge. But most of these, all the rest of these were cut with my machine, my electronic cutting machine.
Lynn, I can't find my wobbler. I need your wobbler.
That's pretty much it for this sketch. So if you want to go ahead and
Cool.
I'm gonna
Folks,
find
if
my foam
you-
tape.
If you are watching live and there are any sketches that you would like to see, Lala's done with 3 cards. I'll just quickly show. She's made sketch 10 3 times
Yes.
over, and one of them a shaker at that.
Yeah, I want this wobbly, but I can't find it.
Okay.
Oh, there you
Take your
go.
time, friends.
For a while.
But if there are any requests, Lala and Kendra, as soon as Kendra is done, they might be able to take requests on the fly. So if you have requests for any sketches other than sketch number 4, which is what Kendra just put together, sketch number 10, which is what Lala has put together, I'm going to show you sketch number 11 now. And Sean will be tackling sketch number 7. So any other sketches you want to see us make, drop a comment, and maybe Lala can keep an eye out for that and
Okie dokie.
pick up those requests.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to look for my wobbler.
While she looks for her wobbler. All right, so friends, this is sketch number 11. It looks like this. It features paper C, B, and E. And I have an example of it here so you can see where we're headed. And the way that I like to tackle this particular sketch, I do this often with many of the sketches, is I do like to put these pieces together and washi tape them from behind, or you can washi tape them from the front, whichever you want. But the idea being that these pieces all kind of butt up against one another, with one exception, which is why this might be one that is a little bit tricky. So we'll start face up like this, and then I'll start to just washi tape them together so that they kind of get connected to be one piece essentially. So this paper C here is this sort of grid checkered pattern. I'm going to butt this up right next to it and make it flush at the top. And just put a little bit of washi tape to tack those two pieces together. So now we have one piece. Then I'm going to take this paper C and I'm going to do the same thing, butt it up right against there, make it flush at the top, and tack it down with a bit of washi. Then moving on down here, we have paper B, this small little yellow section here. Same thing, I'm gonna push it flush so that it just meets up with that sort of grid pattern and that it's flush on the left here, and tack that down. And then what I'm gonna do is with these last two pieces, here's what's going to happen. Now, if you look at it, if we put this flush against here, I'll go ahead and tack that down, just like I've been doing the rest. So just put it right up against here and put a little bit of washi to hold that down. And then I'm going to do the same with this piece. That's this paper B here. I'm going to put this flush at the top so that it just butts up against the piece on top of it and it's flush on the left. And what you're going to find has happened is, see, I flipped to the back. There's just a smidge of overlap. So what you can do is, and this piece I didn't get super flush, so I'm just gonna fix that. So what you can do, if I look at these pieces here, there's just like a little bit of overlap, and if you want, you can just trim that, or you can just put one piece on top of the other and then glue it down. So if you've got a little bit, and the cutting guide does tell you that there's going to be just a smidge that you need to trim, and that's why, is because there's just like a little, it's not that much of an overlap. So I would just be tempted to just adhere it and not even bother trimming it. So so that is kind of the way that I like to work with sketches like these, where the pattern papers actually butt up against each other by pre-assembling it a little bit and then just adhering it with some washi tape. Now these are kind of, it's one piece essentially. So I can just put a little bit of washi on this last section here. And so now you can see it's like a single piece basically. And now I can just tape runner the back of this and glue it down. So I'm going to start with my, if you have the mats and layer guide, PDF guide, then this is one of the sketches that does have one of those 4 by 5 1/4 pieces. I do like that, even though this is a easy enough layer to cut, that it's included so that you know like how much extra paper you're gonna need. And that's one of the nice things with having that new PDF, which is available in the shop. And Kendra, did you say it's 50% off?
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Well, you did at least once.
I did. Okay. Well, this last time I meant to mention that it's 50% off until next weekend on Valentine's Day.
Perfect. So, okay. So now I've got the hard part. I feel like this is the hard part. So I've got this all as one piece now, and I washi taped it from the front. So now I can just use a tape runner, and I can just apply tape runner on the back of this as if it was just one piece, just going kind of around the borders. You do kind of have to hold firm, where you know that there's multiple pieces kind of butting up against one another. Because the washi tape it's going to hold it, but it's not the most secure, right? So I've got adhesive, basically all four corners, an extra line right here also. And then now you can just hold this one piece and you can just kind of take your time. I like Kendra's tip of using a liquid adhesive if you need even more liquid adhesive. Like a little time to kind of nudge things around a little bit. But now that it's all one piece and it's all lined, kind of configured the way that you would like, it's a lot easier to position and get it centered. The way that Kendra has designed this sketch and all of them really is you have just those perfect borders, and it gives you that really nice frame all the way around. Everything that I'm using on my card today did come in the mystery card making kit that VIP patrons get to craft with on a monthly basis. So that includes the perfectly coordinated solid color cardstock. That's my background piece there. And now that this is adhered down, I can actually remove my washi, and everything is well stuck. So there you have it. Now you can do more with this if you wanted. If you wanted to add some pinstripe stickers to really accentuate, this sort of grid-like pattern, you could definitely do that if you wanted. But I like it. I like it the way it is. It's a nice little, almost like a quilty pattern. So there's that. And then on the original sketch, there's an extra 3 by 3 inches wide by 3 1/4 tall. That's gonna fit perfectly in here, and I don't know if Kendra designed it to be such, but one of the mats, one of the layer dies from the Ultimate Sentiments, it does fit perfectly in there. So if you do have the Not Too Shabby Ultimate Sentiments universal die, this is the biggest rectangle, and it's meant to be a layer that you can put your sentiment strips on top of, and it happens to be that it fits pretty perfectly in here. So folks who are fans of Not Too Shabby, if you have this die set, I know some folks have mentioned that they've used other dies to help them with some of these things. And Kendra has chosen some of the sizes specifically because I know she does have the Easy Wonder dies, and she has the Ultimate Sentiment die. So what I'm going to use instead, though, because my mystery kit came with a cool sentiment die, I'm going to use that. And I'm going to put that in that space. And I am going to, Sean, let me know how you're doing on time. Do you need me to stretch a little bit, or?
I am like 2 seconds away from assembly, I think, believe it or not. I feel like I've been on the amazing race of card making. I'm just starting my card, and then Lynn's like, okay, well, Lala's ready to show you her first card. I'm like, I'm just starting.
Yeah. Well,
no, I think give me about 2 seconds, and I'm like, I think I'm ready to assemble.
Perfect. See, this is a, what do they call it? Like a relay,
It was perfect.
The Olympics are going on, the Super Bowl's going on.
Right.
So if you're watching, hey, thanks for being here, friends, and choosing us over sports. So, okay, I guess I'll let the live chat vote. That word sentiment, or the word die cut, or this. It's your lucky day, which is a piece of ephemera that came. So it's your lucky day. So ephemera or die cut.
Ephemera. Can I
Okay.
go?
Lala came out strong with her opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I was
No
going to say the
hesitation on
die.
that one.
Okay. Geraldine says die.
Oh no.
Sandy says ephemera. Annette
Team
says
ephemera.
Shelly says it's tough. Both can work. Oh wait, I don't want to be accused of what I accuse Kendra of. So that's the die. here's the ephemera. Oh man. Ephemera. Okay, I think ephemera is winning, which was Lala's choice. Lala put her
Convince
thumb on
them.
that one. Yeah, for sure ephemera is winning. It's okay. Jill did say she's coming
There was a
in
die cut.
with the okay. It's a close one. I would say it's 60-40, but I do feel like ephemera has won the day. So
Sorry, sorry, Kendra.
but you can kind of see here, I used the ultimate sentiments for the strip and a matte layer behind, and then you can still see like a bit behind there. So you can kind of fill the space now. You know, once you see the sketch, it kind of gets you to a point where, you know, you can just start to kind of fill that space however you would like to see it. And maybe that depends on what it is you happen to be crafting with. If it comes with ephemera, or if you're using a stamp and die set. So definitely, you know, make it your own once you get it to maybe this point, which by itself I feel like is really lovely, and that's why even just a simple sentiment die I think is a great way to finish this card. But I'm gonna go
You
with
had a little typewriter type font on that one, right
Oh.
by your wrist.
Sean.
I'm
Don't
gonna
you
get you to
start
get a
with that
typewriter yet.
again.
I'm gonna get you to get a typewriter yet. Look
I
at now she's
told-
gonna hide it.
I told Sean that because I started like ever since our last stream, I've started wanting one, and so I've been like searching for it, and then now I see ads for typewriters because I've been searching.
Wow,
for
the
it.
AI really?
Yeah, I
Fun.
know.
Wow.
Fun.
Oh, Sandy said that sounded like sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Lala. When Lala was like, sorry, Kendra. I think not really. Okay, so I think Sean looks like he's prepped and ready to go, but before I pass it on over to Sean to show his sketch number 7, I do want to point out that if you like the samples that we've been showing you in terms of the bonus printables that you get as a paid patron, the sampler kits that Lala showed that you would get as an all access or an international VIP, or if you like what Sean and I are crafting with our mystery card making kits, the only way to get those is to sign up to be a KCC patron, and each of the designers on our team actually has a code where you can get 10% off if you are signing up for the first time. So if you're a first time KCC patron, ask one of the design team members. You don't have to use mine. You could use Lala's, you can use Sean's, whoever you want to support. Ask them for their 10% off code and enter that to get a little bit of a discount for your first sign up as a patron member, and then you can have access to all of these fabulous perks. So so I do want to make sure that everybody has a little bit of a heads up for that. And as well, if you haven't already, if you did join late, Kendra is giving away the Mats and Layers PDF that shows you how to cut all of the additional layers that you would need to complete a card. So in this case, for my card, it would show you, you know, the dark green mat, and also these pieces inside here. So it's a really great way to know exactly how much extra cardstock that you might need to bring to the game, bring to the party when you're making your KCC cards. But also it shows you how to efficiently cut those colored cardstocks so that you don't have a lot of waste at the end of the day. So be sure to, if you haven't already, wherever you're watching from, put into the live chat hashtag KCC21, and that will enter you in for a chance to win. So it looks just like how Annette has it here, hashtag KCC21. I will pick a winner at the end, or multiple winners. I think we're giving away how many, Kendra?
3.
We're giving away
Wow.
3, so 3 people will win the Mats and Layers PDF, and I'll announce that at the very, very end. We will pick the winners live. You don't still have to be watching live, but you do need to get it entered if you're watching. So hashtag KCC21. If you already put your hashtag in, then you are good to go. So, all right, friends. So make sure you get those hashtags in. Actually, the number of entries looks kind of low. Even if you've already put it in, maybe put it in again, because it does look kind of low for how many people are watching. All right, so I'm gonna hand it over to Sean, and he's gonna give us all the tips and tricks for how to put together sketch number 7.
Yeah, so sketch number 7 is the one with all the strips, and I know Lynn's going to put up a card there. So you can flip this the way she's got it. You can flip it the other way around. I'm going to flip mine just like the one she's got there on the left. So this is the one with all the strips. What I did is I cut out all my strips and I just laid them out to stay organized in order here on my glass mat, including you've got the spot in there for the sentiment, then the 5 strips on the bottom. What I did is if you look at that sketch, you've got the gray layer for 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to use just standard black cardstock that came with my kit as that layer. Then there's a 4" by 5 1/4 white layer, which again, Lynn said it at the beginning. This is artist liberty. You can do whatever you want. Another piece of pattern paper. You can use. I mean, this kit came with all these beautiful colored papers, right? So I took one of those beautiful colored papers for Artist Liberty, and I know I did this kind of last time with some mixed media, but and the reason why I'm doing that is because I feel like I always hear a lot of people say, oh my gosh, mixed media scares me, and I don't know how people do it. I feel like these Kendra's card challenges are the perfect chance. She's giving you spots to do something, whether you want to keep it simple or whether you want to try mixed media and just kind of dabble in it. And that's what I'm just trying to show you is these are still great sketches if you just dabble a little bit and use some of your stuff that you can do some mixed media. So this is my black layer, which is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. My 4" by 5 1/4, I took a yellow piece of that cardstock that came with my kit. Then I took a hexagon / honeycomb stencil, and I used my Brutus Monroe chroma matte, which was pinata orange, and my whipped honey Tupelo. And I just dabbed dots of it across the stencil, and then I took a scraper tool and just scraped it across. And I did that 3 times, once, twice, and then just a little dabble in the corner. I'm going to cover up this corner with those strips now, so I'll have just a little honeycomb peeking out. Then I splattered it with, excuse me, I splattered it with some gold watercolor, shimmer watercolor.
You
So
did
I'm gonna
all of
glue
that
this-
just now?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to watch the replay to see what all he did.
No.
My hands are
Dang.
probably in the replay are gonna be like this. Like I'm just like trying to hurry up and
Dang.
like, yeah.
Wait, so that started as just plain cardstock?
Yes.
Yeah, you said we had to show the whole process, so I showed the whole and I whipped this out.
That's amazing.
So now I'm gonna glue this one down and then put my brick on it here to get it nice and flat, because it did curl up with all the medium on it, because it's technically not like a watercolor mixed media paper, but that's okay because I got a nice big old brick here I'm gonna flatten it with. So I'm just gonna put this to the side. flatten it with my brick, and let that dry. Now,
Wow, that's like a real solid piece of.
it's a real brick.
It's a real brick.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, so now I took the same size as the one that has the honeycomb on it, and I just cut a white piece of cardstock. So this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. If you look at that sketch, and I'm gonna glue my strips onto this as my quote unquote template, right? So I don't have to worry about how, putting this just on a triangle and cutting it up. And when you got orientation paper, make sure you got it in the right orientation. So when you cut these as well, so these had little honey pots and stuff on them, make sure you're cutting in the right orientation that you want this to go. So I'm not cutting any angles on this yet, and I'm going to show you an easy way to cut this angle on this card for this sketch. And I'm just lining it up along that edge. And these, if you look at these measurements, it's basically 1/4 of an inch longer for each one, each successive strip. This one was so fun. And then I took, again, there is a sentiment placement on this. So I'm going to reserve a spot for my sentiment right now because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that quite yet. So I cut a piece of paper that's going to be my matte layer for my sentiment, and then I'm not going to sure if I'm going to put it here or somewhere else, and I'll show you that.
Did you,
And
you did not glue that though?
I did not glue this one down yet.
Okay. So that's right now just placeholder because it's
Placeholder
sort
so
of a
that
gap in the
Yep,
pattern.
it's just going to create my gap in the pattern right now. So I can continue laying my strips down. And only because just the way I'm doing this particular card. If I was doing this as is, I would glue this down with the sentiment on it. I've got the sentiment cut out already out of the ephemera that came with this pack.
Lots of love for your mixed media magic, Sean.
Aw, cool.
Sandy says Sean is king of mixed media.
I just love the pastes and stuff to play with. I put a little glitter on the bee coming up. You'll see the bee. And go all the way down. And I have found both times I've made this, even though I've cut this to spec, this one overhangs just a tiny bit, which is okay. If it doesn't fit to your mat, you can trim the bottom piece off once you get there. I don't trim it yet. So there's my strips, right? Now I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to mark. If you look at that sketch, it says to go trim edges at angle 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go 1/2 inch in here and just mark it, which is literally right at the end of that last strip. Okay. Then what I do is I aim for this first strip right here. I'm going to aim for this bottom corner and ruler that out. So I'm going from the edge of my paper here to the edge of that bottom corner of the top one. And essentially you can line up, you're going to end up lining up every little, I call it the step. There's little steps here, and you're just lining up those steps.
And then can you hold that up close to the camera so we can see that line that you've drawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went
And
over
then-
just a little bit because I want to get those steps so I don't have that gap. All right, now let me hold that up.
Oh, that's
It's a little
perfect.
easier if you just line up these corners to your ruler and draw your line all the way through that. Depending on the paper, the paper that you're using and how thick, if you can do a trimmer, use a trimmer. If the trimmer just doesn't cut, pun intended, cut it, a guillotine. Yeah, I'm going to use my guillotine because it's still a little wet. So I'm going to grab my guillotine.
Michelle says, this is one of my favorite sketches. Yeah, it's a really nice one.
And it seems, I think it just freaks people out because of all the little pieces to this one. It's actually not that hard.
And it looks so cool when you're done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I had all those little 1/2-inch strips and I'm like, what am I gonna do with these?
Oh, it worked out
yeah,
nicely that it has that nice stair step.
All right. Put this aside. Now, take this back. And this, you're going to glue right in here. So I'm going to trim this down a little bit so it fits down to this. So now I'm just going to trim off that extra paper because this was to the size of my, my other paper. Now you can glue this down. You can put this up on dimensionals. I'm going to glue this down because I got another layer I'm putting on here with some dimensionals. With this adorable stamp that came with this set.
Whoops. Something dropped.
Sorry.
That sounded like a pan. Are you? Lala's probably got her. She's cooking over there.
She's
and got
cooking
her cards
breakfast
made.
because it's earlier time.
No, you know what, guys? I'm still looking for my wobbler. I thought it
Oh,
was
sure. Oh,
and
no.
it fell.
That is funny.
Poor
All right.
Lala.
So this is your base. Now, if you see, I've got my space for my sentiment right here. Right. I am debating, and I'm actually going to have to fill that space because it's going to show. So I was going to put this here. It's okay to leave that. I guess that matches. I'm going to fill that with a little gold piece that I cut. Just to match. I cut it the same size as what it's told me on the sketch for the sentiment. And then I'm just going to cut that actually. Didn't include that on the angle, but that's all right. And this is another example of kind of the artist's liberty, right? I'm still putting a sentiment. It's actually going to be close to this proximity of this area, but I'm modifying my layout just a tiny bit. But in the end, I can still see that this is sketch number 7 with all my strips. All right, now what I've done, and where'd my little sentiment go? Of course, I was going to lose. Oh, here it is. Great. Beautiful. I just took and die cut out a piece of black cardstock and a piece of the yellow. It's an orangey yellow that came in this pack, and die cut out some cool little funky shapes. As a focal point for my card. All right, move that aside. Then I took watercolor paper and stamped out my little bee and embossed them with gold embossing powder. And then I used Tim Holtz watercolor pencils to color him. I used a little bit of glitter paste to put a little bit of glitter on his wings. And then I did some distress sprays on watercolor paper and a leaf die cut and some gold.
Wow.
I feel so basic.
Seriously.
Sean, it was
Right.
my birthday last Monday.
Well, hopefully,
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint. And
Is
it's
this-
yellow.
I can get you a be positive little birthday card. Is there? Let's see if I can change my sentiment then. Let's see. Be humble, be true. Oh, be wild and free.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
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 very
Lala.
Lala.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we might change that sentiment then. Okay, so I'm just gonna layer this out, and I'm gonna put.
Sorry, Sean.
No, that's good. And I'd kind of pre-laid this out just to see how these leaves would fit. And so I already knew I was going to add just a little gap here. And then I want just a little bit of gold in this. And I just need to trim because I kind of did a little surgery on it.
Now you've got other people. Samantha says my birthday's tomorrow.
More birthdays? That's hilarious.
Reagan says, "Oh my goodness, this is next level." Yeah, I mean, Sean goes all out. It makes the rest of us feel.
But I just like because these sketches, Kendra always puts spots in this where it's like
Yeah.
that free liberty, and of course you give me free liberty and I'm gonna use it.
Exactly. See, I had to add a bit of this one just to make it a little.
What?
I already assembled the card. Then I just.
Oh, you should just add it afterwards. Yeah, I mean, it's really lots of belated birthday wishes for you as well.
Oh, thank you, friends. I just really wanted the card. Sorry.
You're so funny.
Okay, so I'm popping my little bee flower up on some dimensionals and covering up my stems.
Oh
So
my
they all kind
gosh,
of
you colored too?
cluster behind that, yes. And
How
then
much time
actually,
did
then
we
what
give
I'm
Sean?
And because the sentiment, I filled that gap, so I'm just going to take the sentiment that would be here, and I'm going to move it to this, right?
Nice.
So let's just pop this up on some dimensionals.
There's so many birthday celebrators.
Yeah, we missed
Yeah.
Reagan's birthday
Appreciate,
was Jan
the video,
30th.
guys.
Happy birthday and belated birthday to everybody who
Well, the positive part about that, to that point, is these card challenges are easy to mass produce, right? So then it's like if you're short on birthday cards and stuff, just make them all birthday. Make
yeah.
them, Okay, so
Um,
now I'm just going to pop this up as my focal element right in the middle of this card.
I mean,
All
I
the
think
cards I created, I gave away the other day during an event. Now I don't have any.
I know Kendra gave all of hers away also. If you're playing along, FYI, new this quarter is KCC Bingo, which I'm sponsoring. I'm giving stuff away, including my cards, which I have not yet given away, but will give away to bingo winners.
Ooh.
I forget what else I'm giving away. I'll have to look it up. Hold on.
Your craft room? I haven't eaten breakfast, guys.
All right, and here they are. So the sketch has 3 embellishments here. I'm actually going to move my embellishments to a different spot on my card because I don't think I need it with the honeycomb. So I'm actually just going to put my
Yeah.
embellishments right here in this corner.
My goodness. I wish my birthday wasn't so far away. It's like 10 months away.
We can say advance happy birthday.
My birthday is next month.
All of a sudden, all of Sean's KCC cards are going to be spoken for. Everybody's going to be like...
Hey, these kits come, you can make at least 5 cards with these kits, so that's a good thing.
Michelle's gonna send a meeting.
Michelle says we will all message Sean with our mailing addresses. My birthday is September, so no rush on mine.
And I forgot one thing, I guess it's already too late, isn't it? Yep, it is. So I was gonna just put a little strip of gold behind here, and I forgot as I was chit-chatting.
You can still tuck it. You can probably
Yeah.
tuck it
Oh, I probably-
under.
yeah, let me see if I can tuck it.
But
'Cause you have
guys, the
foam.
only thing I have an advantage from all of you birthday celebrators is that's my favorite color. Yellow.
This is. It's okay. He already said he's giving it to you.
But I feel sad.
You shouldn't.
Okay,
You
then
called it
fine.
fast, so go you. If I had
Lala's
thought
like,
of it,
"You
I would have
snooze, you
made something
lose."
up.
Oh my gosh. I'm so full of gas.
Yeah,
that's perfect,
see,
'cause the
I
same
love
goal
it.
is
See,
perfect.
Sean's rolling with it, and you get to save a bit of your foil cardstock.
All right. There we go. Got a little smudge on there. That's sketch number 7.
Awesome.
Awesome.
You did so good.
Pull this up so you guys can see it
Beautiful.
close.
Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. It's gonna look even better in the photos too, because video just
Yes.
never does it justice.
We're gonna add, I feel like there's a
Carla
little gap
says,
here.
Sean, I'm an April 1st birthday. Got plenty of time. Sean, you're gonna be one busy dude. Got a lot
these
of
are like-
birthday cards to fill.
Bees, they're perfect for spring. Like, that's funny.
Great job. Looks amazing. Okay, so friends, just in case, because I see 39 entries to this giveaway. So, but there's like 70 plus people watching from all the different places. So maybe just type it in again just to make sure, because we're gonna draw winners soonish. So if you haven't already, put into the live chat hashtag KCC21, just as you see it on screen now. And you will be potentially one of 3 people who will get the Mats and Layers Cutting Guide PDF printable, which shows you how to cut all of the extra things, everything in addition to the pattern papers that you would need to complete a full set of 15 KCC 21 cards. So so get those hashtags in. I'll draw winners before we close out the stream. And I thank you everybody who's like just double checking and typing it in a second time, because seems like a low number. There's so many of you watching, and so I just want to make sure that this number is correct. Okay, it's starting to tick up. 42. All right, just be on the safe side. Go ahead and type that in. All right, so I don't think, Lala, did you see if anybody requested any additional sketches?
No, they did not.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So
None.
that's perfect, because then we can start wrapping up. And so let's do a final close-up look at all of the sketches, and we'll start back around at Lala with sketch number 10. And if you had to give one tip for how to be successful with sketch number 10, what would it be?
All right. Think bottom to top, my friends. Bottom to top.
Yeah.
All right. So the 2.5 over there is under. Okay. You end with the strips and you're good to go.
Perfect.
All
Okay,
right.
so show us your
Finally found the
variations.
wobbler, Lynn.
You found
Hold on.
it! Oh my gosh, it's a
Exactly.
wobbler and
So-
a shaker.
Oh, wow. How cute.
Talk
And it's
about being
pandas.
extra.
Extra.
Goodness.
Exact. I was just gonna say that.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have fun.
Awesome.
I love pandas, Lala.
Hey, no, you don't. You don't get to claim pandas. Pandas are mine. She's got
And of
3
course-
of them.
And of course, I saw like, oh my gosh, my cards are so plain. So you know what? I decided to add, elements onto that very plain background
after
after
the
the
fact?
card has been finished.
Wow, that's amazing.
I love that.
Wow.
So friends, if you like Lala's how she put together her card and all the things. Look at like all of the different variations Lala put together. She can never just do one card, of course.
Yeah.
So you can find Lala at Mommy Guide Inc. If you're not currently watching from Lala's YouTube channel, please make some time to pop on over to her channel. She goes live regularly, sometimes doing KCC live. So if you want a crafty buddy to craft along with as you're taking the KCC challenge, then maybe check Lala's channel to see if she's live streaming. And so that is where you can find Lala on YouTube. She is trying to grow her Instagram too. So if you want to find her on Instagram and maybe check out even more inspiration from Lala, please do find her also at Mommy Guide Inc. on Instagram. Thanks, Lala. Okay, so next up, I think Kendra was next with sketch number 4.
Yep, so this is sketch number 4, and my one suggestion for this one is start with your outer pieces and then work your way in and try to space them out evenly, starting with the border. And I wanted to show this one. I know you like pandas, Lynn. I like flamingos, just so y'all know. I made this one
Florida
on
Pingos.
and this is another bonus printable. This is the January bonus printable, and I printed this on that semi-gloss paper, and as you can see, it's much more vibrant than just regular cardstock. But was this our VIP live stream? Yes, it was.
Something. Because I got your panda one. This is Lala's sketch number 10. That
I
Kendra put together.
I can't remember if we did this for the January
Must have
live
been.
stream or the VIP. Either way, but this is another example of sketch number 4. And then I made this card while Sean was doing his thing.
Oh wow.
And
Oh.
I did not like the white border on the
Oh my gosh.
images, so I fussy cut.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I call that cussy futting because I literally hate fussy cutting. But doesn't it like jump off the card? I mean, it kind of makes it
Yeah.
look 3D.
Yeah.
3D. And it's hard to tell on camera, but this is definitely, I love this one. And it says, wishing you
Yeah.
a sea of happiness. So those are my cards.
That's awesome. And that sketch, is it 3?
Yes,
Yeah, it's
sketch
3.
3.
Awesome. So if you're not watching from Kendra's channel, Kendra is at Cards by Kendra here on YouTube and across all of the socials. And if you played along and submitted a set of 15 cards for the January month of January, then make sure that you pop on over to Kendra's channel. Her January winner and showcase video premiered today. It was just before we live streamed, and so if you missed it and you want to see if you are a winner, you can always catch the replay on that video. It is only on Cards by Kendra on YouTube. That's the only place winners get announced. And make sure that you follow the instructions to claim your prize if you are a winner. So fabulous cards, Kendra. Next I showed sketch number 11, and I made this one live. My one tip with this one is, because all of the pattern papers butt up against each other, just temporary tape them. I use washi, and then that way you can kind of get them all butt up and aligned together as one piece essentially, before you glue down. These two pieces overlap a smidge, but not enough to where I think you even need to bother with trimming it. I just glued one piece on top of the other, and it works just fine. And you can have lots of different options for what you want to do with the little gap, the little section that is inside there. So I think this one follows the original sketch pretty closely. This one I turned it and you can do this with any sketch, and it's a valid way to play along. But I stacked my little puffins and rotated the sketch. And then this one I didn't put anything in the middle here. I just used some ephemera to kind of fill that space. So so that is sketch number 11, which I think was like the top most voted for the most challenging. So so that's my card, and then of course the card that everybody on stream wants, sketch 7 from Sean. Sean, what's your one tip if you had to just give one tip to be successful with sketch 7? What would it be?
Yeah, I think it's the cutting of the angle that throws people off. So I would say cut yourself an extra piece of cardstock the same size as the base, and then glue these down, and then right where these step in these corners here, just line up a ruler and draw a nice little pencil line and cut there. So use your template, glue, and then line up the little step areas so that you don't have the gap, and then just cut right along that little step.
Nice.
That would be that just because I think that angle, and you got to measure that 1/2 inch over, which actually ends up being the end of the bottom strip. So
nice.
And then I forgot to add one thing. I had faux honey, so I did a little honey dripping off the flower.
Faux
Wow.
honey.
Wait, what? There's faux honey? No way.
Yeah, Brutus Monroe has faux honey.
It's even in
and
a
then
little
it
bear.
hardens. It's even in the little bear.
Oh
And
my
then
gosh.
I dripped some honey down from the flower.
Oh
How
my
cute.
goodness.
Thank you for the
Extra
card.
times
I
10.
put a little
No.
sweetness on here for Lala.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, guys. I'm really claiming that card.
I wouldn't be sorry if I had thought about claiming it.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, that's pretty spectacular. So if you love how Sean gets in it with his media supplies, check out his channel. He is at Manly Made Minute. It's on screen now. So if you are not currently watching from Sean's channel, pop on over to his YouTube channel, watch some of his videos, and if you like what you see, then maybe give him a little subscribe. And I'm sure Sean is on the Brutus Monroe team, and it looks like a lot of the media supplies that he used are from Brutus Monroe, so I'm sure you'll see many, many more examples of how to use some of those amazing products on his channel. So do pop on over and maybe subscribe and check out other tutorials from Sean. Beautiful job, everybody. So now let's go ahead and pick our winner of we'll be picking 3 winners for the Mats and Layers PDF printable. If you haven't already, wherever you're watching from, if you're watching from Facebook, maybe come on over to YouTube.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
that could be why this is a little bit low, because this is showing that we have 43 entries. Which seems a little bit low to me given how many people are watching, but I'm gonna start picking winners. And you just need to enter by the time I'm done picking winners. If you don't see your name in this little animation, don't worry. StreamYard, which is the service that I use to do this, they've said that this is just an animation for the sake of having something on the screen fun to display. Especially when, some streamers are streaming out to like thousands of people, so they can't show necessarily everybody's name in the animation. So don't worry if you don't see your name come up. So good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
All right, our first winner is Crafty Tafty at Andrea Taft 8374.
Congratulations.
Yay, congrats. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
So if you are a winner, please scroll up if you're from my chat. I have a link by Streamlabs that tells you where you need to go. If you just go to Kendra's website and you go there's a link at the top that says ways to win. There's a form. Their link is in my chat. And it should be clickable from the live chat if you're watching from my channel. and you just want to make sure to fill that out by February 17th. 16th, February 16th, to claim your prize. So I'm gonna draw our second of 3 winners now. So good luck, everybody.
Oh, I wanted to mention Brutus Monroe.
Oh, congratulations!
Oh, is that
Elisa.
Alyssa? Yeah,
Yeah.
Alyssa. Yay!
Congrats,
Congratulations.
friend. I think she's watching the Super
Congratulations.
Bowl, so I'm not so sure if she's still listening.
Wow. Look at the spelling of congratulations. Congrats.
Well, I'm glad Andrea is still here. So, Andrea, make sure that you do fill out that form. And Elisa, if you're still listening, watching, you are our second of 3 winners. And I'll give everybody time who hasn't already to still type this hashtag in while Kendra mentions what she wanted to mention about Brutus Monroe.
Yes, Brutus Monroe is one of our prize sponsors, by the way.
Yay, thank you.
Yay! And
We have lots of.
what can people win from Brutus Monroe? I don't remember what they donated.
I believe it's a $25 gift certificate.
Awesome! Yay! Oh,
Whoever wins, gonna buy the faux honey.
yeah, I know. I've never heard of
Yeah,
that either.
exactly.
Okay, perfect. Oh, Elisa was here. Yay. Okay, perfect. Elisa, make
Awesome.
sure that you fill out this form, okay, to claim your prize. Fill that out before or by February 16th. All right. Okay. Last winner, everybody. So I did see some people popping in KCC 21. Okay, you're good. I'm gonna draw again. Last winner. Good luck to everybody. This is for the PDF Mats and Layers PDF printable. Lindsay Bunko on Facebook. We have a Facebook winner.
Yay!
Oh, so it worked on Facebook. Yay!
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yay!
I didn't know. So thank you, Lindsay, for for entering from Facebook. That's great confirmation. I'm not sure whose Facebook page you're watching from, but thank you for watching.
Maybe yours.
Is it mine? I don't know. So Lindsay, if you're still here and watching and listening, do make sure on screen now I'm showing a link where you need to go to claim your prize. So make sure to hit that link, fill out what you need to fill out by the 16th of February, and claim your prize. Kendra will be in touch with you with that PDF file that makes it super duper easy to cut your mats and layers to play along with KCC 21. So this was a lot of fun, everybody. Thanks for joining us live and hanging out with us. Thank you for voting on the sketches that you found the most challenging. I think it's been fun for us to kind of tackle that. So we'll probably have one of these episodes per quarter. And we'll be back again next month for another KCC Live. And who knows what fun we'll bring. But we're really happy and grateful to have you all here. Thank you to all of the KCC paid patrons for supporting this challenge and keeping it free for everybody. If you did not win today, the PDF Mats and Layers PDF printable, it is on sale at the Cards for Kendra Patreon shop. So if you go to Kendra's Card Challenge Patreon, there's a shop where you can find SVG files, you can find additional printables, and this is one of those, and it's 50% off right now until when, Kendra?
Valentine's Day.
Until Valentine's Day, you can get this for 50% off. And if you're not a fan of cutting manually and you happen to have a electronic cutting machine like a Cricut or a Brother Scan and Cut, then there is an SVG cutting file for the main challenge as well as for the mats and layers, and you can get them all bundled together, in fact, at a bit of a discount. So so if you like to just have your machine go at it and do all the cutting for you, that is also an option. So thanks everybody. I'm gonna give Kendra the last word. Kendra, is there anything that you want to mention before we close out the stream?
I just want to mention to all of the VIP patrons, I will be sending you a survey to complete. There's something that I'm working on that's going to be a surprise, but you'll find out about that tomorrow. So VIP patrons, just check your Patreon notifications or your email and make sure you complete that survey. So I'm really excited about doing more live streaming. And I'm hoping to have some of you guys join me for that, like on the screen. So just a little bit of a hint.
Ooh, that's exciting. I think you've given it away. So
Well, but there's something else that goes along with it, and I'm not going to share that. That will be a surprise.
darn. All right, friends. So VIPs, be on the lookout for that. And thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the Olympics. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Good night, everybody.
Good
Bye,
night.
everybody.